Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now again a BSSO video. In between the marching gas stuff, it's gonna take some more days before I'm done with the reputation. So why not a BSSO video in the meantime? BSSO 63 or 64, you will know by the title. Well, when I recorded this video today, it became a total of 47 minutes and 25 seconds. So I decided to split it in two. That's just a little bit lighter on my phone, then it doesn't take as long to upload. And then just the next day, then I will upload the other one. Yeah, I don't want to run the risk of overheating it or something. I can do it hourly videos, but to be on the safe side, I'd rather stick to half an hour maximum. Yeah. Well, this one is going to be about the Epona, as you see already, opening it up and then attempt to save Herman. A part of it. The continuation of that is in part 2. Yeah, I remember this, opening these gates with these codes. Actually, I thought it was quite fun and a creative new way to open these. And now again, I also thought again, oh, it's actually a fun way to open the gates this way. Of course, I'm not already going to continue to Crescent Moon. I want to open up the rest too. While I'm at it, why not? This is a new horse and a new outfit, by the way. And it's the first time that I have this breed even at all. Summer Spirit. American... Is it now? Yeah, American quarter horse, not a paint horse. I've never bought this model at all before. And now I was like, I want to try it. I saw it standing in Fort Pinta and I was like, it is so cute. And I have to say, I really had to get used to its movements at first. It felt a little bit weird at first. But actually, once you're used to it, the American quarter horses, this is a generation 2, actually moves quite nice. But it's so different. Like, I was riding the Morgan before. Summer Charm has a whole different feeling than riding the American quarter horse or the Arabian or the Arctic warm bloods. I like how SSO did that. I had to figure this out a little. I didn't know the amount of legs a beetle had or what an ostrich was. Now I know that bird thing. And a fly, I was like, how many legs does a fly actually have? Well, it's actually 6. So, yeah, I like how SSO did this. Amount of legs on some animals. Yeah, well, this game has animals involved in it, so yeah, why not? First time in Crescent Moon Village. Oh yeah, I wish I was a YouTuber back then already. Because then I would have recorded it and shown it at a time back then when it was all recent back then. But on the other hand, I can offer this now to people that don't want to install BSSO, that find it too risky, which I understand, and those who never got to experience it. This golden era of SSO. And maybe you're starting to understand why. There were no long grinds like there are now. That is the thing now in new SO. When they bring permanent things, they're grinds. Yeah, I had to look a little bit for where you can say night here. I thought there wasn't a place for it at first, but there is. Why all the blocks in front of it though? Those openings. Oh well, all the brick. Either way. See, now in old SSO, it was just, we got new quests and stuff, and with some things, yeah, you had to build up some reputation, but that process never really took any longer than a month or something. Like the Pandorian Cracks, that's just, yeah, that was about a month. And then it was still fun, in my opinion at least. I think maximum amount of time a grind should take of doing the chore every day is like a month. That's still on the long side, but I guess for a lot of people that is still sort of doable. It's still long. Maybe a grind shouldn't be more than 2 weeks. Yeah, it so depends on how many hours you can spend in the game. But like in Faildale, the Whimsy and the Rune and the Terapath, it's like a 3-month grind. And also the soul riding, like it's not fun anymore at some point. When I got a Rune Runner, oh, I didn't record that either and share that, I think. But I did share pictures on Instagram. Well, I'm not gonna redo that. That's for sure. But that was also like a 3-month grind. I'm like, come on, SSO. Like this old SSO, we got quests. Maximum grind was a month. But that was it. And all the quests were, yeah, okay, except for Spirit and JoJo's Siva, but and the Heart Market, but that moved around. You got a chance to play those quests every 2 weeks. And yeah, only that messed up the XP system a bit. Maybe they should have been XP-less quests. Maybe any of the events, the temporary events, because yeah, there's a thing with the level gap going on. Because if you had missed an event in the past of a player, no way you could get that XP still. And then you'd be behind with other players because you can't get the XP. Well, they started it now, like, I thought, or did they not? I thought the maximum level would be level 25. But I'm already past that in US, so, oh well. They should have been a little smarter about that. See the grazing animation on the American quarter horse. It was the first horse to have it. Back then I was like, because I remembered this very specifically when the American quarter horse came out. I was not that attracted to the model at first. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna buy this horse just because it has some new animations. I'll wait until other horses get it. And they did add new horses who got that animation, so. But I'm glad that I got it now anyways. Yeah, it's actually rather cute. Just like I said, had to get used to it at first, but oh well. But as so, yeah. It would have been smarter if temporary events didn't give any XP. Only just shillings and other rewards. Because then in no way could anyone be behind with XP. That way it remains fair for everyone. But oh well, that's talking about the past. It all already happened, so should haves and could haves, there are a million things of them, so. But I was just thinking about how they could have prevented and sorted that level gap. And that could have been a way. Why didn't they think about that ahead? About how temporary events XP, about how that would affect future players. Oh, well, I don't know, maybe they were just too caught up in the enthusiasm of their game. There's so much more that comes to developing it and all than just that little thing. Yeah, I don't think it's that easy keeping up a game. No. There's a lot that comes to it, so. Well, either ways. There was a little off-topic talk, or off-topic. It's still about Star Stable. I don't always have to talk about the quest specifically. Right over the Great Thunder. Oh, I'm not gonna take that detour. We can jump the bridge. Oh yeah, right, yeah, I remember this too. I do like that the Halloween soundtrack plays here. First time we meet Scott Buttergood. Still think he's a vampire. But, yeah, there's something that doesn't make sense now, because in the summer he's a renegade in Virgorov. And I remember in another summer event, you know, when the event, there was this good thing to it that different NPCs would gather at it as well. And it was at a summer festival. I don't know which one anymore. I think it was when we already rescued Anne. Either way, Scott Buttergood said something amongst the lines of that the summer had been, especially the midnight sun, that it had been particularly hard for him. At first I didn't really take note of that. Somebody else made a very video about that. I don't know if it was Eleanor Nightwalker or somebody else. I think it was Eleanor. Yeah, it's summer part, so I'm doing speed ups again. Oh, I wish a quest with Beatrix and Fort Maria that is also in this version, but that didn't got out before 2018 or 2022 or something. Like, why would summer be so hard on Scott Buttergood and the Midnight Sun? In a typical vampire thing, that they have trouble being in the sun. And then now Scott Buttergood is in Virgorov every summer, because it always takes place in the summer. Being happy amongst the renegades. I guess, well, if he does turn out to be a vampire, maybe he has found a way around it, a way to deal with it well. That could also be. Yeah, I guess. Junior Buttergood. He looks old already. I don't know if I want to meet his father indeed. Like, how old must he look? If Junior Buttergood looks like this, how is his father then? That's maybe a bit of a mean thing, but really, no, I don't think you want to see his father. I think that he is super pale. We never see him out. Maybe he lives in the cellar all the time. I don't know. Now disappear! Sure. No problem. Robert Buttergood, the only sensible one apparently. He looks a little bit like Justin. Just a little fuller in the cheeks. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Fuller body types, absolutely no shame on that. I have that myself as well, so I know all about it. That is typical Kappa. Kappa people, just like me, we're just a little bit fuller in general, softer body type. Yeah, of course, you can have a healthy weight. I'm not saying that you can't have that as a Kappa, but a healthy Kappa will never look as thin as a healthy Vata. There is just a difference in those body types. And there's nothing wrong with that. Both are good as they are. I made a video about that, by the way. I also talked a bit about the difference in body types. And Pitta is like in between a bit. There was another word for it, not medium. Muscular. I'm looking for another word, but it's just not coming to mind right now. Mrs. X, yeah, they really make us want to see Mrs. X indeed. Pouring, Sandport. Yeah, I remember that very well. That's one of the first quests we have to do here in Epona. Yeah, always memorable, the quest in which we sabotage GED. And it turns out it's about Draconium. And it seems GED has succeeded in that, because later in this storyline quest we do deal with Draconium, so yeah, that's not really a good thing. But the quest with Mrs. Drake never got continued. I would like that one continued as well. There are just so many, just some stories that still need wrapping up. I got no tea this time, just water. I thought it had to be her, or her, but then I was like, of course, Sunshine Joy Tree. Who else? I do remember her. Now that I see her, I'm like, oh yeah, the bell's ringing. Of course, it was her. Epona's getting colder. Yeah, other people must be like, what the heck? What nonsense is that? Well, obviously it would not be the girl at the hotel. It's not really a hotel, just a bedroom, I guess. Stay the night. Yeah, our character's impatient, and I get it, of course. Didn't pick up the hint about the flowers because there was a little hint, little bit saying something in between the lines from Sunshine Joy Tree. May seem silly, all those extra la-di-da-da talk from her, but it could actually be a good strategy to distract and to sneak in a little code. Because people may underestimate her, think she is just silly and this nice warm person, but in the meantime she could definitely sneak in codes. Oh yeah, and I changed the outfit, as you can see. I don't know, for some reason I started to dislike the outfit I wore in the beginning. I don't know, the light brown, it just didn't please me anymore. So I changed it slightly. Well, you know, my hat and my gloves and my shoes, it doesn't all match perfectly. But honestly, I don't care. It looks good enough. Don't want to do any more shopping. It can be fun in SO to make a shopping day of it. With so added to the realism, but don't feel like doing any more of that now. Code Snowdrop. I like how they use weather codes to say so. Getting colder in Epona, that would be alarming. Because it's a summer area. Well, okay, no, actually, not entirely, because the temperatures do change for the seasons. It's just the nature, the flora that stays the same. all year long. But if the average temperatures in Epona become as low as Golden Hills, for example, that would be concerning, because that's not normal for Epona. The way I imagine it, the averages for the summer areas when it comes to temperatures are higher than all over the rest of the island, and lower in Dino Valley than all of the rest of the island. Like summer in Dino Valley would be like -5, for example. And then the spring areas and the autumn be the same. So that's also in real life. Autumn and spring can have similar temperatures. It's just both moving into a different direction. Autumn getting colder nights, and in the spring everything slowly warms up. Yeah. But then still, no, that's just it. Yeah, okay. Maybe a little more frost in the autumn already. This is actually, this process, it's not that easy. Yeah, I'm gonna end on a cliffhanger soon. Because this part took time, and I don't know. I thought it would maybe be fun for you guys to watch. Maybe you find it tedious. Oh well. Well, then it's just is what it is, and you can skip it. But yeah, I was like, let's show it all. It's actually a little bit tricky to do it. Yeah, we'll get to see Mrs. X in the next one. I hope the Saving Herman quest is in BSSO. But I'm not sure about it. When did it come out? Maybe I can really quickly figure it out. Yeah, phone. Ugh. Of course, when you need to do something fast. Saving Herman SO. 2 years ago. 2016. StarStable with Stacy. Hashtag 125 rescuing Herman. And one in 2018. Okay, so I don't know for sure. It could be that it was already in game. Oh no! StarStable News. Time to save Herman. 7th of March 2018. Sorry guys, gonna have to leave you this point first. So that's not in BSSO, because this version is of February 2017. But who knows? Maybe they will manage to add it. But I do plan to play the quest in the future again on new SO, because I just want to see how they changed it. I don't know if I will do all the side quests then as well, but definitely the GED quest and the main story quest, they're the most important ones. So I will show you Saving Herman one day. When, I don't know, because that's the lowest priority. Alright, that was it for this video. This is what happens when you fail. Have a good night, day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Bye!